Hey there, Fuego back here. I've been thinking about my personal thesis on the idea of what it means to be physically healthy. I think I need to refine that thesis, maybe expand upon it. I think it's what it is. Expand upon it. If you're gonna follow me along this journey, you're gonna find out eventually at some point I am a logical person. I love math. I love that kind of equations and that kind of concept and the organization that comes with mathematics. And I do think when it comes to physical healthiness, I think to understand this more fully, I need to break this down and like divide this idea up, right? So last time I was talking about this, in the last video, I was talking about physical healthiness being able to do what you need to do, want to do, having the physical strength, the physical conditioning, endurance to do the things that you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it, right? Without being able to work, without having to worry about whether you can do it or hurting afterwards and paying for it later, right? I think I need to redefine this or break this down a little further. I think what I was really describing was not necessarily so much what it is to be physically healthy, or at least part of it is, that is part of being physically healthy. I think what I was describing can be more effectively described as your physical conditioning. Physical conditioning. I think you go to the gym for your physical condition, right? Conditioning, muscle strength, muscle training, muscle endurance, things along those lines, right? To get your body functioning properly, your muscles, your joints, that kind of thing, right? I think we can break down, there's another half of this, another side of this that would be more considered, not to say medical healthiness, but more like medical readiness, I guess, maybe, potentially. So what I mean by medical readiness or healthiness would be like the inside, right? So your hormones, your blood sugars, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your immune system, that's it. I'm not a medical professional, so there's probably more I'm forgetting, but that concept, right? So the idea of the stuff that's on the inside, the stuff that is harder to measure, harder to see, because you think about it, right? Like it's we can't clump those together. Because say for example you break your leg, right? If you break your leg, you're gonna go to the doctor to get it taken care of. You're not gonna go to your personal trainer or your nutritionist for that matter, right? Your nutritionist. Caveat here, squirrel brain. Nutritionist, diet, food, is that part of health, physical healthiness? No. No, I don't think it is. I think maybe diet and what you eat would be more along the lines of not physical healthiness, but a tool or something you do to get yourself physically healthy, right? So your diet and what you intake and the food and the quality of food and what kind of food you intake, that is going to make a difference, and it's going to matter on your ability to improve your physical condition or improve the quality of your cholesterol, your blood sugar, right? So diet, nutrition, nutritionist, that kind of stuff, that's going to be a tactical thing that you can control, a controllable factor to become physically healthy. So not what we use to define physical health. Okay, got it. Back on track. You're not going to go to the doctor. You're going to go to the doctor for a broken leg. You're not going to go to your personal trainer or the gym to fix a broken leg. Now, if you have a problem of being able to lift a certain amount of weight or do something, go out and go for a run or pick up your child and play with them in the house, whatever, right? Something like that. Then you're going to go to the gym. You're going to go to your personal trainer. You're going to devise a plan, a workout regimen to be able to accomplish these things eventually at some point. You're not going to go to the doctor for that unless there's some kind of hindrance as to why you can't do it on the medical side. So I do think we need to separate the two. So we're going to have physical conditioning and then we're going to have medical readiness. They're two different things, but I think they're both equally important to the idea of being physically healthy. I think it's important to understand that, or at least important for me, right? This is all me documenting my journey, working on me to be right with my life and my world, right? And I think I need to make sure I keep those two things distinctly different and distinguish between the two of them. Medical readiness and physical conditioning are two equally important parts of the idea of being physically healthy, but they are not the same thing. They're two different things. They're two different things, and they may be interconnected. They may play on each other, or one may have a part into the other one, but and then vice versa. But they are not the same. They do two different things. They're two different components. And so I think that's probably very true. Makes me wonder if there is any other components to the idea of being healthy that will need to be broken down farther, because we got spiritual health, we got financial health, we got emotional health. I think those are the four main categories of healthiness that I've already broken down. And I wonder if there's going to be more subcategories within one of those. Who knows? There probably will be. Knowing me, I'll probably find something or make something. Not make something up. But I think I will appreciate the idea of further defining something like that on one of those categories to some subcategories. I think it's important for me to understand that. Maybe it's important for you to understand that. Who knows? I appreciate it. Thank you for the video. Comment down below. I would love to hear what your thoughts on it. If you want to hear the initial part of my conversation on Thesis of what is to be physical healthy, there should be a video on the screen here. That video will take you to the original conversation that I started about this idea of being physically healthy and what I define it as and what you should be able to do with it. So I appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one.